Welcome everyone to Yogashala Online. My name is Barb and I'm going to take you through our little 15 to 20 minute practice today, focusing on the hamstrings and rotational movements of the spine just to get you going. Yeah. And I have a very special guest with me today. We have Khan, our little cat who is our resident here at our temporary studios of the Yogashala. And so you may see him wandering around with me as I've invited him to do practice with me. All right, so let's begin, please, everyone. Just allow your hands to come to heart center and let the thumbs come to rest on your sternum. Allow the head to soften down. And as you allow the head to soften down, allow the mind to begin to dim down as well. Begin to feel your heart center and begin to lift the heart. You'll feel your back engaged to do that. And as you feel the heart beginning to shine as though it's diagonally shining up and out, I invite you to begin to feel the heart smiling. I know it may sound strange at first, but just take a moment, and particularly if you don't really feel like it, just imagine the possibility of your heart smiling. As you do so, you may begin to feel a sense of the heart melting, a blossoming, an effervescence, a brightness, a warmth, whatever it may be, or perhaps just borrow one of those sensations. You may find that it begins to spread up towards your lips. You'll feel the corners of your lips lifting. As we begin to tap into the energy of joy. We know the energy of worry, of doubt, of anticipation. Right now, I invite you to tap into the energy of joy, always resting in the very center of your heart. Begin to become aware of the breath coming into the body and the breath leaving the body. As we press the pause button for the next few moments together, everyone. Allow your breath to guide you. Allow the feeling of joy to radiate through your entire being, and allow your yoga to truly begin. Here we go. Inhale. Let's bring the arms up, all the way up. As we exhale, just interlace the fingers. And as you inhale, I want you to reach the arms straight forward, yeah? As we inhale, press them out. And as we exhale, I want you to bring the arms in. Take an inhale. And now as you exhale, I want you to round your backs. Press the arms forward and round the backs back. Inhale, come in. Invert the hands, lift the head. Exhale, press the palms forward, invert the spine. Yes, lengthen back. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale once again, invert the arms, press them forward and round the backs. Next inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. And as you exhale, press your palms together. Your first fingers can be extended. I want you to lengthen through the front of your sternum. Don't worry about if the elbows are fully stretched, but I want you to keep your palms together and open the chest up. Take a full breath there. And then exhale, release. Yes, as we release, we're going to come on to our knees, everyone. As we come on to our knees, just settle back into child's pose for a moment. Take your knees apart, your toes together, and lengthen back, please. As we lengthen back, begin to feel length and space through the vertebrae. So I want you to press into your right palm, and then feel that energy come up over your right shoulder and move your left hip away. And I'd like you to press into your left palm and move the right hip away. This awareness of a giant X across your back. And then I want you to press into both palms and press back in those diagonal lines through both of your hips, just creating a little more space between those vertebrae. Take a full round of breath there. And then gently come up into your tabletop, please. As we come to table, we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up just to get both the abdominals going and the arms and shoulders. So you're going to bring a block, please. If you haven't got a block, bring, it's just for a bit of a marker. Bring a nice big book, or you could even bring a pillow there, or a couple of soup cans maybe stacked. It's just to give you a reference of how low we're going to go. You're going to bring your fingers to the same level as the top of that block, and then you're going to bring your shoulders through so that you're on a diagonal line. We're going to make sure, everyone, we're not collapsing the belly down, so you're going to keep lifting right above pubic bone. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to lower down just a little ways. Inhale, you're going to come back up, and exhale, you're going to go back to your child's pose. Now, you noticed I didn't even come as far as the block, so that's fine. I want you to keep the integrity of those inner elbows forward, the arms right along the sides of the body, like a little cricket. Inhale coming up, and exhale moves you back. This, of course, is taking us towards what would be our crocodile or our chaturanga position. Never are we lowering more than where the shoulders are at a 90-degree angle. And exhale, back you go. So we're going to do this about 3 more times. Inhale coming, and you could also put the block up to a higher level, yeah, and you could use that as your marker, just bringing the chest down and up so that we're not collapsing in that lower back. Let's go 2 more times. Inhale brings you forward, exhale lowers. Inhale, elbows are staying tucked in, and exhale, back we go. And 1 more time, please. Inhale and exhale. Inhale coming up, and exhale. As we come back, we're going to bring those arms around. If you have a little cat around, you can give it a little pat on your way, and then back to your child's pose. Take a nice full breath there, please, everyone. You'll feel the pressure of your knees on your sternum. It's going to open up all of the back ribs, so enjoy that. Let your breath really expand all of the back of your ribs there. And then we're going to bring our hands underneath. Yes, you like that, huh? And we're going to curl our toes under, and we're going to rock back onto our feet. Okay, as we come into just a forward fold here, you can cross your elbows. Just keep your shoulders down your back, please. You'll notice my knees are bent, yeah? And we're going to make sure that when we're in a forward fold that we do have our legs just a little bit bent to where the hamstrings are working, but where the lower back is really at ease here. Okay, so just taking another breath there. Shoulders staying down the back. And then very gently, we're going to walk ourselves just a little further forward, and we're going to take hold of some blocks. If you haven't got blocks, use a couple of soup cans, a couple of books. You could use pillows, or you could use a little footstool if you have that. So we're going to be looking at coming into the hamstring work. So we're going to make sure that the hips are right over top of the ankles. A lot of times when people come into a forward fold, we tend to sit back, yeah? But what we want to do is align so that the hip bone is right on top of the ankle bone. To do that, these arms may need to move a little further forward so that they too are going to be right underneath the armpits. Now we're going to work the hamstrings. So we're pulling up the quads, everyone. I want you to lift your toes off of the floor. And I want you to lift your kneecaps up. For a lot of us, the back is going to come into a hunched position. So if you're in this position and the back cannot flatten out, you've got options. You're either going to bend your knees until you can get the spine back into neutral, or you're going to lift yourselves up higher and you're going to build more of a platform for yourself until the back comes into neutral. Okay, so whichever way is better for you. We're now going to lift that sternum. So as we lift the sternum, we're working not to compress the neck, but to lift the heart. Yes, as we lift the heart, I am getting the work exactly into the middle of the hamstrings where we want it, and I'm strengthening this mid-back. So take another breath there, please. Feel right between your shoulder blades. Move it through to the front of the heart. Take a breath, and then exhale, soften as we come down. Now, if when you soften, your back goes this way, I want you to bend your knees when you soften, please. As we inhale, come back to neutral spine. Take a breath, inhaling. Straightening to where you can maintain the back in neutral, and then exhale, forward fold. One last time, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. You're going to come back through that neutral spine. You're going to bend your knees, and you're going to come all the way up. Use the power of the legs and the arms to bring you up. And exhale to heart center. We're going to go again, but we're going to step back into Parsvottanasana. Inhale, lengthening up, and exhale, come into your forward fold. As we come forward, we're going to step our left leg forward and step the right leg back. Parsvottanasana, everyone. Hands are still under the heart. Pull the left hip back, and you're lifting those front left toes, so the left quad is very much engaged. Take a breath there. And exhale, come into your forward fold. Again, as we're here working that mid-back, this might be exactly where you want to stay right now, just working that back. If you're at a higher level, you might be using a counter, or you might use the back of a couch that you could just be resting your head on. Move your outer left hip back. Yes, keep moving it back. If we want to take this up a little bit, we can bring the nose down towards that shin or that knee, and then see if you want to make it into a bit of a balance. Bring your hands to your back. Draw the shoulder blades together. If we want to add the abdominals, place the hands to the floor and draw the fingertips towards that back foot. Take another breath here. Keep moving the left hip back. Relaxing the back of the neck, but engaging the front of those thighs. One more breath. Inhale, we're going to come back, placing our hands onto those blocks. We're going to take a little bit of rotation now. So we're going to take our revolved trikonasana, because we want these hips to stay facing in a frontal direction. So this right hand, it can stay on the inside of this left foot, or you can take it over. For most of us mere mortals, we want to keep this hand just under the shoulder, okay? Bring your left hand just to your back, get it out of the way. Make sure the legs are very powerful, so lift your toes to make sure quads are working. And then I want you to lift through that sternum, just as we did previously. And you're going to, and for where I need to go, I just need the block a little lower. Some of you may need that as well. Begin to now spiral through that body. Keep that left hip moving back, spiraling through from that back leg. Press down. If that arm wants to come up, take it up. But if you're torquing in your shoulder, put it back down. Just work your ribs. Take another breath there. Inhale, come on back. You can bring the blocks back to either side. You're going to bend your knees and you're going to step those feet together. Inhale, come skyward, press through the legs, and exhale to heart center. We're going to go to the other side. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, come into your forward fold. This time, step your left leg back, please. Right leg is forward, adjusting the blocks so that they're right under their armpits, or right underneath the armpits. Take a breath there. And exhale, forward fold. Legs are pulled up, using the quadriceps. Inhale and exhale once again, forward fold. Moving the right outer hip back, take a breath. And exhale, come into your fold. As you breathe here, you can keep your hands on the blocks. You can bring them up to your waist to balance, or you could bring them down to the floor. If you're bringing them down to the floor, just see, is this the right position for me today? If it's not, you could change your blocks back there. Yes? You could bring both of them back, or you can just stay exactly where you were. So just see, I'm going to stay here today. Yeah, just taking a breath. Keep moving that outer right hip back. On your next inhale, we're going to come back to that neutral spine. And then we're going to begin to move into our revolve position. So I've lowered my block a little bit. That's just because I can feel that my spine needs to lengthen. From here, we're going to begin to spiral. As we spiral through the body, my head is as though it's lying on a little pillow there. It's taking a breath. If the hand wants to come up, put it up. But for me, I can feel it's torquing my shoulder a little bit today because of tightness in my hip. So I'm going to put it back down. And I'm going to walk my right foot over a little bit because I need more space. And there, I can get a bit more work in my back. Take another breath, please. Exhale, we're going to bring those hands back. As we come back to the blocks, you're going to step that left foot to the right. As we inhale, come skyward, please, everyone. And exhale to heart center. As we take our inhale, we're going to come all the way up. And as we exhale, we're going to go down, everyone. As we come down, bring your feet around, please. We're coming down into our Shavasana, yes. As we lie ourselves down, take a moment. Might feel nice actually, bend the legs. And just drop the legs over to one side. Let your head turn to the left. Bring the knees up as you inhale, and then drop them over to the left and let your head turn back to the right. We've worked this back fairly deeply today, and the legs, so just let the spine rotation just bring ease back. And then once you're ready, we're going to straighten one leg out and then the other. Adjust the arms and the legs as we come into our Shavasana. Get yourselves comfortable. Begin to soften your jaw. Soften the brow. Come back to feeling the heart. And then drop down just below the heart into the belly where the ribs part at the front. And if you like, you can place a palm there. Begin to feel the belly gently expanding as you inhale, like a balloon inflating into your hand. Gently receding back as you exhale. Allow yourselves a few moments to absorb your practice as we move into being. A few precious moments. off your practice today. Come back to just feeling the heart smiling, everyone. As you tap into that joy that is naturally there in the heart, sometimes just overshadowed by the worries, the doubts, the anticipations. Step into that joy, tap into it as often as you can. May it stay with you, may it bring ease. Until next time, everyone, namaste.